Hello there, Lynx here. Welcome to more of Katawa Shoujo. Let us continue with the last of Hanako's endings. Once again, Hanako doesn't turn up for class. Tries to concentrate on other matters. This fact continues to distract me throughout the entire school day, and even as I walk through the school gardens to their dormitories. I don't think today being her birthday is a coincidence either. I don't know the link between the two events though, nor do I have any idea on what she's feeling. Were it physical pain, I could at least provide some limited comfort. With something like this though, I have no idea where to start. I run the people I know through my head, thinking about whether they could help. Shizuna and Bisha don't know that much about Hanako, and let's face it, they would only make it worse. And what they do know, they can't tell me, same for the nurse. In the end, there is only one person that knows Hanako well and would be willing to tell me anything. Entering my dormitory room, I noticed something that takes me off guard, and it's starting to feel familiar. With everything that's going on around me, I'm thankful that this room is started to finally be somewhere I can relax a little. When I first entered Yamaku, it felt immensely foreign in every single way. From the untouched neatness to the way it smelled. Focusing back on the task at hand, I threw my back on the bed as I opened the top drawer of my desk. Before she left, Lee told me the number to call her on while in Scotland, and I wrote it down. In hindsight, I wonder if she knew something like this could happen. Now that she's out of reach, I realize just how much both Hanako and I have relied on her for guidance. I dig around drawer after drawer, looking for the damn piece of paper. Eventually, thankfully, I find it nestled under a borrowed library book. I probably should have just entered it directly into my cell phone. Come to think of it, without further ado, I enter the numbers and anxiously press the call button. Eventually, the phone picks up a feminine voice. I don't recognize, on the other hand, it's probably Lee's mother. Satu, Satu something. English, suddenly finding myself unprepared. I realize I can understand the word she says, either due to my limited vocabulary or her heavy accent. I should have anticipated this, since according to Lee, her mother is a native Scot. I soldier on in the hope that she must know at least some Japanese, considering it's her daughter's native language. It's Hisao Nakai speaking. An enthusiastic sound of relation can be heard as she recognizes the language. My feeling of relief is immense. Oh, you must be one of Lily's friends from the school, correct? Even so, her accent means I have to concentrate to work out what she's saying. Yes, that's right. Pleased to speak to you, Miss Sato. Nice it's so nice to find someone so polite. Lily dear, it's for you. Her mother seems nice, if a little over-enthusiastic given the mundane situation. There's a small silence as she takes her time getting the phone. In the distance, I can just make out her mother scolding her filthy for just getting up. Hello, Lily speaking. You sound awful. She makes a sound somewhere between a dying animal and a yawn. The one thing I did remember to check before calling was the time zone. It would be pretty late in the morning over there, so she really has no excuse. Not feeling well. Just tired. What time is it there? Late afternoon. School finished for the day not long ago. Hanako's not well, is she? Well, that was quick. My assumption that she must have known something like this could happen seems to have been on the mark. How did you know? Because today is her birthday. I'd hoped she might have gotten at least a little better after coming to know you, but... How is she right now? She missed school today and yesterday. I still had to check up on her today. To be honest, after seeing how she was when I talked to her yesterday, I'm pretty anxious. I really have no idea what to make of it. Has this happened in the past? Is it really to her scary in some way? Unfortunately so. Roughly the same time happened last year, when her birthday came up. As far as I can tell, it's because her parents died in the accident that caused her scaring, and Hanako blames herself for their deaths. What she says does seem to make sense. If she's blaming herself on her birthday, she may well be ruined that she was ever born. Hanako had mentioned her stay in the orphanage to me. Maybe she should take some heart that she trusts me enough to tell me such a thing. Lee seeming so indirect about thought, almost to the extent that I am, is a surprise. So that's why she lives in the student dormitories as well. Has she told you any more about the accident? As close as we've come. She's very barely told me anything about what happened. What I know about is largely conjecture. She sounds depressed, almost defeated. Considering the trauma Hanako must have gone through, I really can't fault Lee for not knowing. Nevertheless, she still seems to consider it a personal failing. Don't blame yourself, Lily, with everything she's gone through. There's a long silence from the other end of the line. I begin to wonder if the call cut out before the voice at the other end speaks once again. There's another person, that has been a subject of worry for me as of late. Oh? I ran through the people she could be talking about in my head. The other friends she seems to keep very close are Hanako, me, there is Akira as well. That person is you, Hisao. There is another silence on the line, but this time it's caused by me. Making others worry about me is something I very actively try to avoid since coming to Yamaku. Indeed, even my interaction with Hanako has helped stave off any major health problems thanks for 2-hour relax and slow-paced lives. What is there to worry about over me? I apologize. I didn't mean no offense. Sorry. I was just taken a bit off guard. Still, isn't Hanako a bigger problem at the moment? For some time now, I thought that both of you may be feeding into each other's more worrying habits. I tried to amend this before leaving, but it seems to have done little. Worrying habits? When I asked you about what you had in mind for the future, your answer was very similar to what Hanako said in the past when the question was posed to her. It is well and good to want to protect her, but I fear that treating Hanako like this, as if she were a daughter or someone in need of special care, is only going to achieve the opposite. Guys, we are in trouble. For some reason, the guide is not telling me what to do. Like, what the heck? God damn it! Why did you do this? I don't want to choose now. Maybe there is no bad ending. What? Okay, so according to something different, quick research, I'm supposed to agree with Lily. Okay. Let's believe in that. I listen carefully to what Lily has to say, but I can't bring myself to agree with her. Wait, I clicked agree, right? Right? Yeah, I agree. I listen carefully. Okay. Hanako is a delicate person at the best of times, and after what happened when her birthday was brought up, I think this is the very last situation where we should be leaving her alone if she's deliberately secluding herself. It is likely has a very definite image of how best to deal with Hanako in her mind for, not just now, but in all the time that I've known the two. I mull over the best course of action in my head and found myself trying to verbally agree with Lee as softly as and as ambivalently as I can. We make some small talk afterwards, but neither of us really has much stomach for it in the light of recent events. We say our goodbyes before I hang up. I want to talk to Hanako myself, to help her as best as I can. The best thing for her right now would be to have someone close to her, not to be left alone. I wrap my knuckles thrice on Hanako's door. As expected, there is no answer. I briefly consider knocking again, but I know full well that I'd get just the same result if I did. Resting my hand on Hanako's door handle, I try to prepare what I want to say to her. Try as I might, I can't really think of anything worth saying. I want to comfort her, yes, but I have no idea how to do that. That alone is almost enough to stop me. I told Lee that I would fall, so I feel I have to follow through, whether I'm confident about it or not. I turn the handle downwards with a large amount of hesitation. It doesn't move far for, due to the door being locked. Hanako. So she really has locked me out. After everything that happened between us and the time that we spent together, she shut me out completely. I don't know if you can hear me, but I just want to talk to you a bit. If you can hear me, could you unlock the door? I went in silence. Minutes passed, but eventually I heard footsteps coming to the door and the lock being worked. At least she is willing to hear me out. That's one good thing. I don't really know what to say, but I just wanted to see you. I want to make sure you're alright. I take a breath before pushing the door. The handle down and opening the door. If she unlocked it without raising and protest, it should be fine for me to go in. Hanako is sitting on the side of her bed, her face sullen as for deep in thought. Her room is as dark as ever, and right now she seems to perfectly suit the mood it gives off. Eventually her eyes slowly move to the door. As soon as she notices my presence, she darts off her bed and jumps her feet, facing me straight on. Her oversized gown makes this gesture look all the more sweeping as it freely moves about her light frame. What are you? I quickly regret coming in as I look at her. She looks depressed, but there is a tinge of anger behind it, so she can make this kind of expression as well. I just wanted to check that you were alright. I thought it would be okay since you unlocked the door. Hanako opens her mouth to speak, but quickly closed it again before looking away. We stand in silence for a while before she steps back and sits down on the side of her bed. I'm not sure whether she is frustrated with me and resigned to the fact that I'm here, or genuinely okay with me being in her room. Once again, I found myself completely unable to work out how she feels. And that's annoying. I end up walking to her desk chair and taking a seat. I do it slowly, to allow her time to raise any issue she might have with me sticking around. But she doesn't say anything. All she does is stare at the ground, not moving a muscle. Oh. After sitting with my front to the chair's back, I take a better look at Hanako. She appears pale, but her cheeks look red. I'm not sure she's been eating well either, given how thin her frame looks. Lily might have said it would be better if I kept more of a distance from her, but it's hard to think of that as the correct way to do with Hanako when she looks like this. She keeps looking at the ground without a word, as if waiting for me to say something. It's entirely reasonable, since I'm the one who came to her room. Want to go out somewhere? Going down the hill to town might be a bit much, but we could at least go for a walk outside. Why do you want to do that? I was just thinking that it might help you a bit. You spend so much time inside. Your skin's going to get as pale as Lily before long. I snort in amusement, even though it wasn't amusing. Expecting Hanako to do the same, but she gives no reaction. She just goes back to looking at the ground. If you don't want to go, I don't want to go either. It's fine. I mean, I played soccer and have friends after school before coming to Yamaku, so I like being outdoors. Hanako shows no visible reaction. It's hard to talk to her when the discussion is so one-sided. We could go to the library. If it wasn't closed by now, the gardeners would be fine for... She begins to play with her. It's distracting and strikes me as a little unusual for her. Then again, since the incident in class happened, I've been tiptoeing around her for fear of hurting her like that again. Actively trying to get her outside might be a good thing. I lean forward a bit more in the chair and give her a slightly forced smile to try and lighten the mood a little. There wouldn't be anyone around by now, so you wouldn't have to worry about someone getting in our way. It could be a little date or something. I give a small chuckle, but catch myself as Hanako stops playing for her and grips the bed tightly. Hanako's mouth moves, but I try as I might, I can't pick out what she's mumbling. Hanako? You don't understand. Even now, I can only barely understand what she says. It feels like she's trying to make her presence as small as possible. That's incredibly natural for her to do in class or around others, but it hurts when she tries it around me. I told you it's fine. It's just a little walk, nobody will notice us. I get out of the chair and walk towards the door, turning back to invite Hanako along. Once again, she doesn't respond at all to what I say. I don't. Going outside. Wow, now he's being a bit too rough over here. Going outside for a bit is good for clearing your head. What? Why do you want to do this? Because I want to help you. I don't want help. Did you just come here to try and get me out? I don't mind. I think everyone needs help sometimes. When I was trying to get through my first days, Yamaku, you really helped me a lot. Besides, I'm not exactly busy. I don't want to go. I'm fine. Dude! He's being too pushy. I don't really think it's healthy to stay indoors that long. The sun still got a little life in it, so it's not too late to have at least a little walk. I could probably use a bit of exercise anyway to help me wake up. I've got some homework to done, and it wouldn't be good to fall asleep halfway through doing it. Then go. By myself? She nods. Well, I mean, I'm not really against it, but are you sure? I swung by to invite you to come with me. I'm fine, you can go. Come on, just a small walk. Please just go. I'm fine here. Hanako. I tried to look at her face to gauge her feelings, but her expression is wooden, as it was so carefully arranged that a single movement might cause it to collapse. Well, if you want to stay here, maybe we could play a game? Just leave, please. I don't want to do anything right now. Surely there is something you want to do. It must be boring sitting here in a room alone. I want you to go. Come on, you don't have to be like that. I just want to spend some time with you. Lily and I worried, so... You talked to her. Yeah, we were on the phone just a while ago. We were both really worried about you. Hanako mumbles to herself again. It's increasingly disturbing. Hanako. I'm telling you, please go away. You don't understand anything. If we just had a talk, you could tell me what I don't understand. I just want to protect you. I don't really see. Get out, please. Just locking yourself in the room again isn't going to help anything, Hanako, please. Silence. Hanako, I just want to... She suddenly storms off her bed, turning to me with an expression that takes me completely off guard. Get out of my room! Get out of my room! Get out of my room! Hanako yells me with such force that for the first time in a long time, I feel genuinely frightened. I have no idea how to react to this, and from Hanako follow people. Leave! I'm telling you, go! But I was just trying to help you. I know I need help. I know I'm broken. I don't need you to tell me that. I never said you were broken or anything like that. It's right on your face, and on Lily's face, everybody's faces. I see a therapist every week, Lee dotes on me as if I were a child, and now, even you. Nothing's changed, nothing at all. I hate Lee, and I hate you more than anyone. Oh boy. Her face moves in strange, almost grotesque ways. I've never seen someone completely lose it before, but it looks like the usually quiet and withdrawn girl in front of me is going into just such a destructive cycle before my eyes. I don't know what to do, and I have no idea what I should say or do. Go! Leave me alone! Get out of here! I take a step back, then another, and then another. My retreat is only halted when I feel the door against my back. I can't fix this situation. Nothing I say would change anything now. I feel like in a strange and deeply unsettling foreign world. I don't want to be here anymore. The door handle fights my clumsy attempts to open the door without turning my back to Hanako. Eventually, thankfully, the handle moves downwards. I open the door as fast as I can and almost leap backwards through it. As I go through, I keep my eyes on the girl in front of me. She's not broken. Hanako is not broken. If she was broken, then I'm just as broken as she is after all that's happened to me. Lily only ever did the best by her, and I only ever tried to protect her as best as I could. Hanako looks down, all her energy spent. Now that I've stepped out of her room, the worst of her fury is gone. But even now, I can't bring myself to argue with her. It's not just the deep shock at what she said. It feels like something else is stopping me. Something deep, that makes me feel physically sick. Wow. I mean, for all that he was saying, he gave up pretty easily. Without word, I slowly shut the door. The creak of the old hinges sounds almost deafening. With a final tool, the wooden door closes. The Hanako that I felt I knew disappears behind it, and only faint orange slivers of light peek around the very edges. I feel numb. Without anything else to do, I begin the walk back to my dormitory room, mechanically placing one foot in front of the other while barely registering a thing around me. My mind keeps ticking, questioning everything I thought I knew about Hanako. But one thing is not questioned, that shutting the door brought her close to more than the single visit. Yeah. You've done and goofed with that. I mean, I understand being shocked by her outburst, but the fact that he stepped out so easily is kinda frustrating, not gonna lie. Should I expect something after the credits? I mean, to be fair, I would say it's kind of understandable that she would feel like that, because she wasn't definitely looking for someone to be basically to protect her. I mean, maybe that as well, but more like stand by the side, right? So I kind of understand why she would have the anger and such. Then again, there was that problem, a little bit of a problem, I think. The fact that he was like, yeah, I want to protect you and so on, but then again, you didn't have the full view, right, into the situation, and I mean, you didn't really know much about what was going on with Hanako. So, more like, as I said, it would be better to be there and stand by her side. Anyway, that was the bad ending for Hanako. I mean, it was sad, but I don't know, I kind of expected worse. I don't know why, but I really did. Anyway, we have two more girls to go with, Emi and Rin. And if I remember correctly, the correct supposed order, so whoever we've seen first, would be to go to Rin, would be to go to there is something weird here. Oh, okay. Would be to Emi's route now. So, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to be doing what Lynx is doing normally in the evenings, but we are going to be running with Emi there. Probably, hopefully. Anyway, hope you enjoyed another ending from the Katawa Shoujo, and I'll see you, I think, tomorrow. I think we'll be able to start it tomorrow. So, hope to see you there. I wish you a wonderful day. Bye bye.